Knowing New York and knowing some of the New York architects, I expect outstanding work. 1/3 is very good, 1/3 is okay, and 1/3 is not so great. That's usually the numbers you get, but looking at the pure numbers, I am sure we'll see some outstanding work.
I think that some of the actually greatest interiors that have been done right here in this city. Cutting edge design, which will tell us what the future will be more like.
Well, I hope to see a rebirth of optimism in architecture. As the United States seems to be turning back to modernism, that we will see architects willing to take a chance, willing to take a risk, and really get out there on the leading edge and get away from the conservatism that dominated the 1980s and 1990s. Coming on the heels of 9/11, that New York is now sort of coming back to its own again and sort of willing to rebuild and take chances. And I hope that the rest of the country catches up to that and can learn from what's going on in New York.
Everybody dreams of New York, and I think that the architecture in New York has to be a kind of permanent invention.
By and large, my understanding is that New York is driven by development interests rather than cultural interests. I expect to see a high level of execution on the part of very accomplished New York architects, but I expect to see that predominantly in locations other than New York because of the reputation New York has as a conservative and commercial location. I hope I'm surprised, and I hope I'm wrong, but that's my expectation.
As you know, there are 3 categories of awards we're going to be giving out today or deciding on: architecture, interior architecture, and projects. I want to introduce you to the monitors who are from the committee, who are here to make your works flow as well as possible. We have a general guideline of 10% of the entries we're thinking might be winners. I think we might as well start because it's almost 8:30.
Let's put it back in.
Well, hang on a second. Is there a plan?
I have to admit they are trying too hard.
I think it's intentional.
But I just think it's bad.
Somebody here has to explain it to me.
It wouldn't make it to the finals.
I think I admire it.
I think this should be a goal.
It's very strong.
Our votes are lied.